Y'all don't let me have no more coffee. I'm telling you right now, I'm like, like it's like I'm creating a new language. Wow, I do not know what these coffee chains put in their stuff, but let me tell you what. So, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, I wanted to let you guys know that the apple cider vinegar did work. I was already using that, but I had ran out. But thank you guys for who suggested that. But it's still, I'm telling you, I even have apple cider vinegar in a little bowl on top of a plate, right? And on the plate I have honey because they're smart. It's like they know, right? It's like they send each other signals. Okay, like picture this, okay? So I have a little tiny bowl like this. Oh, you probably ain't gonna see it. I got a bowl on top of a plate sitting on the table, and I have honey on the plate so that it'll kind of catch them when they land there. Because I'm telling you what, these things are smart. Like I said, they are so smart. It's like they know. They're sitting there. You got some of them, they're on the rim of the bowl, kind of like they're sitting waiting to get in a pool. And they're just sitting there on the rim looking down into the apple cider vinegar like, bitch almost got me. But boy, does that shit smell good. I'm thinking about diving in. Maybe I could take a little quick dippy poo before she notices. Maybe I won't drown like them, but I gotta be strategic. I'm like, you know what, you little sons of bitches? So I put some honey. I put honey around the rim of the little bowl with the apple cider vinegar. I thought about this whole thing. It's a trap. I wrote it down so I don't forget, but I should post the picture here of all the little gnats. It's like they're more attracted to the honey, and that's what keeps them from, you know, because they're not falling for it. Once you get like a good 10, 20 gnats that fell for the apple cider vinegar trick, their like smarter counterparts are looking at them like, too bad that happened to you, but I can't let that happen to me. And it's like they just know, and you get close to them, and you just want to like, you know, like send a breath tornado their way so you could blow them in the apple cider vinegar because you know that they're smart. So then you send a little, just a quick little, and they go, ooh, and they're like, no! And then the people behind them get smart, and so they don't want to get on the rim anymore because they're like, well, then I'll get blown off by a breath tornado. So then, you get the point. All that to say, the apple cider vinegar definitely works. But if you guys have a gnat problem too, try honey around it, or a breath tornado. There's this game, we've never played it, and my daughter's. It's been sitting up here. It's called Stupid Deaths. I'm scared to lift it because they lost the top to it, but it's even got a little Grim Reaper right here. And these little playing pieces. I've never played this. It's just a game that's been sitting up here on the couch. Oh my god. I don't even know what this is. Will you get the Grim Reaper, or will the Grim Reaper get you? Oh shit. I didn't even buy this, like for real, look at this. Oh! I'll take that as a sign. Look, there's little angels in it and everything. Have you guys ever played this game? It says Stupid Deaths. Okay, there's cards. Let's open it. I don't even know what this is about. Or who the hell even bought it. Like, this is not something, anyway, I just wanted to look at it because I'm like, why has this been sitting up here? Let's pick a random one. It looks like how people died. Oh my god, it has, oh, look, it has little coffins. Little coffins. One side says true and the other one says stupid vote. Oh, stupid vote. That's what we need. Spirit's telling me right now. Because see, sometimes I'm like, what are we even doing here? What are we doing for this message today, Spirit? What do we need? What is it you want me to talk about? What's going on? And sometimes I seriously have no clue. I just don't know. I have no idea. And I sit here and I get drawn to things. So then I talk about them and then it ends up being the message. So we got true and we have stupid vote. This is why we opened this. I've never even opened this thing. I was just like, why is this in here? But there's a closet on the outside of me that has games. We keep games in it because I love board games. My daughters do too. Here's another one that they got recently. It's Dungeons and Dragons, which I have never played, but I've been watching them play it, and I'm actually low-key obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, I've heard of Dungeons and Dragons, but I've never heard anyone talk about it or seen anything on it. But my daughters, like I said, my nephews, they were playing it the other day, and I'm like, that seems like some shit I would love, because I'm so creative and I'm so imaginative. Like, I just see all kinds of stories in my head, and that's why I'm able to talk to you guys, because I get visuals. I get a lot of visuals. That's probably my strongest gift, is visuals, visions. Now let's wind it in. We got stupid vote. True. Oh, a stupid vote could have to literally do with voting. It's stupid to vote, period. But that's just an opinion. It could be saying it's stupid to vote. It doesn't matter anyway, because once something's in the coffin, that usually means, you know, like there's no... It'd be like voting on someone who's already dead. You know? If you vote... Okay, hold on. We're getting the message. Something to do with that. Now, I don't know. Let's set that to the side for a minute. Let's sum up what we've got so far. Something about the gnats being... like, not all of them are falling for the trap that I set for them. Not all of them are falling for it, but it definitely is working. It's definitely working better than anything else that I've used, apple cider vinegar. But you have some ones who are like, you can't fool them. Oh, this is going to be a worldwide message. It is. There's some of those people you just can't fool them, no matter what it is, and especially if they're paying attention. These gnats that are paying attention, like on this bowl I told you about that I have the apple cider vinegar in, the ones that are paying attention, they've been watching what's going on with the others. See, I got a message like this not long ago, remember? A couple days ago. And I said something like, we are the gnats, especially if this is worldwide or within a country. Spirit was giving me a story about, you know, I have a gnat infestation out of nowhere, and it's like, I know I'm eating a lot of fruit, but that's probably the cause. But then other people in the comments were telling me the same shit's happening to them, and I'm like, that's weird. But a lot of times Spirit will speak through things like that. Spirit will speak through anything to get a message across to you. You don't even have to use tarot. I mean, if you want to, that's you. You know, that's your prerogative. That's everybody has a different purpose here. So some of you, that's your thing. But just know that you don't have to if you don't want to, because Spirit literally speaks through everything. So we talked about that, and then this game called Stupid Death. Where was the game located? Well, it's located on top of my couch right now, and it's been there. I'm hearing notice anything else? Yeah, it doesn't have a top on it. So the game, Stupid Death, I think that's the name of it. This game doesn't have a top on it, so it's like it has to be in a particular position or spot, because if it's not, the pieces will fall out. You couldn't even complete the game because it would lose pieces. It's almost like a puzzle where you don't have all the parts. It's like somebody doesn't have all the parts, or if this game were to be put on the floor or anything, you'd lose all the parts because there's no top to it. It's not covered. Now, you know what's interesting? It's kind of in the shape of a coffin. I mean, I can't lift it, but in a way it's somewhat in the shape of a coffin, which is interesting. It could be just symbolic of dead things being released, you know, like a seance or something, or literally like souls being summoned or being released, or something being dug up, something being exhumed, a body being discovered, because there's no top on it. And then one side's white and one side's black, so it makes me think that this side is receiving light. It's like a box being opened, or a grave being opened, something being exhumed or found. But it could also be a lie, because it's just trying to get our vote. And that would be stupid. Stupid vote. See what I'm saying? Like, people are going to see the truth. It's like those gnats in the bowl. Well, not the ones in the bowl, but the ones that are watching their their family in the bowl because they chose to fall for the apple cider vinegar trick, for the trap that I set before them. This is interesting. This is a deep message, and it has to do for the world, or a territory, or a country. Going back to the gnats, because I'm getting a visual again of them in the bowl and the honey. It's like no matter what, I'm determined to get them anyhow. Like I'm gonna get them. If I don't get them in the bowl, I'm gonna get them with the honey on the outside of the rim, because that's where they land. Or I'm gonna get them with the honey on the plate, because then they try to jump down there too. And that's where most of them is. Most of them are on the plate because they didn't expect that trap. They didn't expect an unexpected trap, or an unexpected death trap. Or it may not, I mean, maybe it is that. It could be that, but it could also be that, you know, it's like something is discovered or brought forth or brought out or exhumed, dug up, grave. Could be anything. Could be documents, it could be a person, it could be people, it could be anything. Could be things that were actually in the ground that come up, or things that are outside in the world that resurface after, you know, it's been like a cold case. It's like it, or it was, you know, it's in the past, it comes back. Could even be souls. I mean, it could be that. It could be anything being raised from the dead, anything coming back. But you have to be careful in this situation because it could be a trap. That almost rhymed. It sounded good. That should be made into a song. Because I feel like it's something that allegedly a government could do to a people, because it's just another trap within a trap within a trap. Because the honey on the plate is a trap, within the honey that's on the rim is a trap, and then the apple cider vinegar in the bowl is the biggest trap. That's the main trap. I'm gonna get them any way that I can, and if I have to do this, then this is what I'm gonna do. This is allegedly what a government could be trying to do, but like now, currently, it's something they're going to use. It has to do with death, or a burial, or a grave, or a coffin, or a vote, trying to get a vote, something that's exposed, or it could be, something could be coming back to life. What is it? It could be anybody, anything, you know, or it's just being shown, like something that's been buried or hidden or hasn't come forward yet. It's going to be opened, it's going to be exposed, it's going to be shown, whatever that is. It could just be a huge awakening. But also, this could be like, I saw a celebrity in my head. It could be like, you know, oh, they're not really dead, but then, you know, it's like, it's just a trick to trap. It's a trick to trap. Trick to trap. I don't know, I get like a rapper, or I don't know why I'm getting that, like a rapper. This could be anyone. It doesn't, it's a specific one. I don't know if they're gonna be like, oh look, they were never dead, or it's like something here, something's up with that. I'm also hearing something about True, like TRU. That isn't that a rap group? Isn't it? Hold on. It was an American hip hop group from New Orleans, active in 1989 to 2005. The group originally consisted of rappers on the New Orleans founded record. Yeah, True is a band. TRU. Master P, C Murda, record label. This could be significant for some. I'm just picking up on it. Something about True. But then when you type in True, it also pulls up True by Hilton. Something about hotel rooms. TRU is actually a lot of things, so whichever, you may want to Google it. Maybe it means something specific to you guys. Some of you, it's also about stocks. I don't know. Anyway, something about True. I'm getting it's without the E. The E is not important here. Omit the E. And when I heard E, I heard extraterrestrial. I'm like, why omit the E? Why leave the E out? Because it's not true. And within the word true, some of you are like, well, you're speaking a foreign language to me now. It's just because this is what I'm picking up on. There's also the word rue. Could be a name, someone's name, something to do with rue. That's not spelled properly, but roux is also used in New Orleans. We use roux, we make our own roux to make gumbos. It's like a base. Could be like, also I'm hearing military base, or the base of a coffin, the base of a pot, the base of a country, the land. A truth about death, a truth about graves, a truth about something that's buried coming to light. This is what I'm getting. But it could be a trap within a trap within a trap to get a vote. Because they think you're stupid, allegedly. But I see stupid here. And so I'm getting the message. Since I haven't even played this game, let's look it up. I mean, I can get an idea what it's about, but what is the game Stupid Death about?
According to University Games, this game celebrates the stupidest deaths over the centuries. Players race the Grim Reaper around the game board before the Grim Reaper catches and kills them. Stupid Deaths is full of dark fun, where players who are dead right win.
Where players who are dead right win. You'll die laughing. Dark humor. Some of you have really dark humor, myself included. So you can have dark humor, and then you can have like fucked up humor. Like fucked up humor. Like where it's like, oh, there's a lot of people dying, and a lot of people we're gonna trap within a trap. They have no fucking chance. Ha 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 ha. Like that type of dark humor. Where like sadistic. There's a difference in like having dark humor and being sadistic. Like it could be a whole government allegedly that is just sadistic. They think it's funny. Like they think it's you'll die laughing. Or they think they're gonna die laughing. But I've been hearing for a while that the joke's on you, the joke's on them. So I don't know what that means. But it could be like, you know. I had a thought the other day. I don't know if I should say it. Look at all this hair shedding. I always lose a lot of hair. The average person, I believe, loses up to 100 strands of hair a day. Isn't that crazy? At least that's what we learned in college back in the day. It's probably changed by now, I don't know. 50 to 100, I believe. But anyway, what was it I was thinking the other day I wanted to tell you guys? Oh, instead of all the people who are like casting spells on everyone out there because they're trying to get their exes back, or you know, hex this person because they're like, oh, whatever it is, it's so negative. It's like, wouldn't it be crazy? Just an idea. If all of these people who have these gifts, if they just had to hex and they just had to do it because they're like, no, I have a right to do that. It's like, okay, well then if you have the power to do that and you feel like you have the right to do that, then why don't we all come together and stop hexing each other and raise the children, mostly. Raise the spirits of all the children that allegedly the government, many governments are hiding, that have passed, have abused, have trafficked, that have passed, whether coming, whether already happened, whether happening right now as we speak. Why don't we raise the souls like a mass seance and then send them after the people who harmed them, the people in power? Allegedly. Like they're training the robots. This was just a thought that I had, but like, you know, while they're training the robots in AI, what if we don't train, but we raise the spirits to avenge them? Since we, you know, some of us, it's like we must, you know, but it's like, is it a sin to do that? I understand not hexing each other and doing things like that, but what if we just did that? What if we all collectively had, you know how they have mass meditations and people join in all over the world? They set a time and everybody has a mass meditation. Why don't we have a mass ritual where everyone stops harming each other and trying to get each other back with their kitchen magic, or paying people online to do it, or harm people, and in our jobs that we're mad at, and our exes, baby mamas, and this and that, and our old friends that aren't our friends anymore, and our sisters and brothers we're jealous of? Why don't we stop doing that and raise the children who have passed all through the centuries, raise them all, do a mass seance all over the world, raise the souls of the children. Why don't we do that? I was just thinking of it, not that we should do that or anything, because that would be crazy. And that would be crazy, absolutely insane. Can you imagine? But it's like, that would be the only thing that could really fight AI. I'm sure there's a lot of souls that, if we raise them forward, and I don't mean to like necessarily attack those who harmed them, but to stop them, whatever that means. if that means I'm seeing the children's spirits, and if it's not just children, raise the people who have all over the world, children and women who have been trafficked, who have been abused, who have been hidden, taken, harmed, and I mean from infancy all the way to however old, raising these spirits all over the world in a mass ceremony, in a mass ritual to come forward and fight for us while we fight for them and fight for our own. Isn't that just crazy to think about? Allegedly. Again, I'm not suggesting that. It was a thought. It would definitely get in the way of the agenda of the shadow, those and that which seeks to destroy all of us. It would get in the way of their plans. They wouldn't expect that because they know that the majority of people are not going to come together. They know that they're not. But what is something that a lot of people could come together on? I think that would be something. And especially the ones who just feel like they have to like hex somebody, you know? I've been there and I've told you guys, like, it's in my DNA. I'm actually better at that than anything else. I've just learned, and I had a huge spiritual awakening that this is something that I cannot do. But the other day I was sitting there talking to God and I'm like, hey, what if we just did it like this? Surely there's a loophole, Jesus. Like, what if, you know, because you love children. You told me that. You told me you love children. You love them. So what if I'm not harming anybody? And what if, you know, I encourage other people to stop harming each other? Stop trying to harm people. Stop trying to rip a cow's tongue out and write somebody's name on it and use black salt and all this hot foot oil and all this devil's shoestring and all this, you know what I'm saying? Like in a rotten eggs in a war jar and a blah, 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 shitting on toilet paper and flushing it and all that. Like, stop. Why don't you muster up all this energy because you may be good at it. Maybe you're better at the dark side of things. But perhaps use that to help here in a different way. Stop conjuring demons. They're not helping you. They're not helping you. They may do what you want them to do. They may harm who you want them to harm, but they're not really helping you, and you're going to have a debt to pay to them. It don't matter all the little utensils and everything you use, honey, you're going to have a debt to pay to them. It's just a thought. What if? I think that would be a really strong intention if everyone in the world did that. And intention really helps action become a reality. When you're doing something, but you have a really strong intention behind it, it manifests before your eyes. Think about all the parents all over the world, even the ones who have long since passed, because the things that happened to their children were a long time ago. It's been a long time, and these people have never received justice. There are people who are still alive today. Their whole families have never received justice for these children. Because I also don't practice magic anymore, but I'm just saying that would be something. And perhaps doing something different might get a different result. And then people may say, but what if you conjure something else? Well, you don't. You stay focused on what you want to conjure. We already have the evil here. Evil's already here. It ain't gonna conjure nothing else. It's already here. Right now, there's so much darkness that takes over a large amount of light at one time, like a large amount of children at one time. See what I'm saying? It would be interesting to see if we conjured up the light, called forth the children, the women. It would be interesting to see what happened. I'm not sure what the harm would be in that, and I'm not, again, suggesting it. It's just an idea. See what they can dig up, what they can even fabricate that they've dug up, what they can make look like something real. It's pretty fascinating. You gotta admit, and all this stuff with AI and all this stuff with, you know, robots and things, it's pretty incredible. But I'm telling you what, nothing is more incredible than a soul. And can you imagine a legion of them? See, all the other things can fail and they can get found out because none of them are actually real, they're just programs. But souls are not programmed, they're just real. It's like an indestructible military. It's like an indestructible unit, an indestructible team, gathering as many spiritual forces in the world of children and of women and even men, boys, all those who have had terrible things happen to them at the hands of awful people, and especially those in power. Continue to be aware and pay attention to what's happening to everyone else, what they're choosing to fall for. Some of them fall for the apple cider vinegar immediately, right? These are people who are just like you. This is the people. But it's like, okay, you catch more gnats with honey than you do vinegar. Seems like something we haven't tried before, and we've tried a lot of things and they haven't worked, and we continue in trying those same things and it's still not working. So what if we just tried them that we haven't tried before? But I'm not suggesting it. It's just an interesting thought. And I'm gonna leave it there.